Good morning, students. I'm really excited today to spend a little time with you describing some of the many, many concepts that I teach students around the world over Skype. I'm going to use the song Moon River as a vehicle to illustrate some of these concepts. But the main point I want to stress is that unlike classical teachers, I like to stress concepts. Concepts are lifelong, right? Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I don't have to take something off the wall or unscrew something every day to understand that concept, right? So let me walk you through 10 or 12 different concepts via the song Moon River. Okay, and these concepts, when you learn these, and you could certainly learn these in a month or two, these concepts will allow you to play lead sheets, fake books, and make your own arrangements, really. Write your own arrangements and compose songs in a very short period of time. Okay? And again, the concepts are lifelong. So once you understand the concept of, hey, you can change a major triad to a major seventh, mostly, or you can change a major seventh to a major ninth, or you can do a tritone substitute, or you can do a chromatic dominant. How about a pure dominant, right? All these different concepts. So I'm going to start out with a basic version. Let's say we had Moon River with just triads. Sounds something like this. Right? Now we could change those triads. When they're major, we can go from a major triad to a major seventh. Try that. Right? Now we have this phrase repeating again here. So what I'd like to do is the first time maybe do it closed, meaning the whole chord is in the left hand only, with a span within an octave span, right? Versus open, where we open up the chord and play the notes beyond the span of an octave. Okay, so closed is within the span of an octave, open is beyond the span. So what I like to do is, first time might be closed, and the second time, because it's the same phrase repeated, same melody and chords, second time maybe go down and do it open. Okay, so that's what I call strategy. I mean, how are we going to play this? Are we going to play it the same way every time? No, we want variety. So first time closed, second time open. Right? Later on, maybe we do under thirds or under sixths. And I'll teach you all these concepts. And again, there's probably a total of 20, and you could certainly learn 10 really, really well in a month or two. Okay, so we took the triad, made it a 4-note chord. Let's see if we can do ninths. We're still going to do closed here, but I'm going to put the ninth in the right hand. Pretty, right? There's the ninth. There's the ninth. Wow. One more note adds so much more color. Right? You had a 5-note sound. Now we have one more note. Right? So basically 20% more theoretically, but it's giving you more like 50% more sound. So I'm just going to take my 7th and add a ninth in the right. See how that sounds. Here's my 7, add the ninth. Here's my 7th, add the ninth. Beautiful. Now here, if I add the ninth, I crowd the melody. So there, the ninth will not be available to add. But the first 3 chords work beautifully. And again. Nope, can't do it there. Can I do it here? Nope. Okay. So that's a concept. You can add a ninth to almost any chord. That's huge. Okay, and how do you find the ninth? Well, whatever the root is, that's 8. The ninth is always one whole step above 8, right? 8 plus 1 is 9. Very logical, okay, very conceptual. Okay, so I know that. So every time I play a song, I'm going to try add a ninth. Okay, so far we've added ninth to closed position. What if we did open? Basically, open means you take your third of the chord and you put it up an octave into the right hand, which allows us to play low. Can't Can't do those chords closed, but we can do them open. Notice the third is in the right. So when you play a closed position chord, what's making that muddy is this third. So if we put that up an octave, now we have beautiful, beautiful sounds. Okay. Let's try another concept. How about scalar fill? We have a whole. Here's my C major 9, C major 7 closed, adding the ninth. We got a lot of time here. Okay, and our melody is jumping up. That's a possibility. Do a scalar fill. Right? Or you could break it up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. All these concepts. Okay? And once you understand that, boom. Take 100 songs and try adding the ninths. There's a ninth, right? There's the ninth for a D minor. There's a ninth for the G. There's a ninth for the C. All of a sudden you've elevated your harmony, right, to a fairly sophisticated sound just by adding one note, the ninth. Okay? When can the ninth be? Can you not use a ninth? Well, in measure 4 we have E minor 7. When the melody is the minor third of the chord, you can't do the ninth because it'll always be a half step away, right? Alright, so that's a rule, that's a concept. The only time you cannot for sure add a ninth is if the melody is the minor third. But that's a very small restriction, considering that the melody is hardly ever, well, I won't say hardly ever, but not that often the minor third. Right? You've got, it could be the 5th, it could be the 7th, it could be the root. Right? So it's a minimal restriction, but it is a restriction. No ninth with a minor third melody. Okay? So concepts like these are what I love to teach, because then it allows a student to take a lead sheet, which, by the way, in a fake book, typically the lead sheets in fake books are C+, maybe B- quality. Very few ninths, probably no 11s, certainly no sharp 11s, and probably no 13ths. So once you understand what colors, okay, what some teachers might call extensions, right, like 9, 11, 13, what type of chords can you add that 9 to? Well, almost any chord you can add a ninth to. What type of chords can you add an 11th to? Oh, what can you add the 13th to? Okay, so it's very concept based, and that's what allows me, to play these different ways. Now this isn't even improv yet. We haven't talked about improv, but so most books would give you, what if we did right? We haven't gotten into rootless voicings, additional colors beyond the ninth, i.e. 11, 11 plus, 13s, combinations thereof, polychords. Oh my gosh, polychords. Those will allow you to take like a really complex chord, like let's say F sharp 11, right? Instead of F sharp 11, we could just think, oh, we're going to do a triad in the right hand and an F7 in the left hand. Well, what are those polychords? Well, there's about 8 or 9 of them. But they're very easy because you know G chord and you know F7 chord. When you combine those, you get this complex chord, but you don't have to read or figure out where's the sharp 11, where's the 9, sharp 11, 9. That's hard. All we got to think of is, G major over an F7. Okay, that's one example of a polychord. Okay, allows you to take any dominant chord and make it really, really great, really, really jazzy sounding. Okay, what else? Walking bass lines. Right, so, and then idiomatically, when do we want to use 7ths? When do we want to use 9ths? When do we want to do a walk? When do we want to do a arpeggio? Right? We don't really want to do an arpeggio. Can't even do it because it's so wrong, but sounds completely stupid, actually. You want to be blunt, right? When you've got an active melody, you don't want to be back active in the left hand. It takes away, right? Certainly not arpeggios. Sounds completely classical. This is a jazz piece. If anything, we're going to do a walking bass. Okay? Now, because this hand is very active, we have to put all the harmony in the right hand. So that's a different style of playing. Or if we're doing a Latin tune. So the more active my left hand becomes, the more I have to put the harmony in the right hand. So all these wonderful techniques. So maybe I lied. Maybe there's 30 techniques. But even if you get 10 of them in 2 months, you're on your way. All right, so hopefully this was motivating for you. If you would like a free 30-minute, no obligation lesson, I have a few openings. Again, I have students in Kazakhstan, Hong Kong, England, Norway, Canada, US, Grand Cayman. I'm working on a student in Africa, always looking for new continents to spread the good cheer of music. Anyway, if you would like to learn more, or if you just want to talk to me about some of these concepts and how quickly you can learn to play creatively, I'm on Skype. My Skype name is Piano Web Man. I'm on YouTube. If you do a search in YouTube, I'm Piano Web Man. That's my channel. You can subscribe to that channel. I'm happy to send you some arrangements. Happy to spend, free 30 minutes, no obligation, show you how you can really learn to play the piano quickly. If you look at anyone playing professionally, they know their chords. They know these concepts. Okay. I teach many, many classically trained students. Of course, that helps, but it's kind of apples and oranges, right? Classical is reading notes, and jazz is understanding chords and really understanding the structure of music and how chords relate to each other, how you can add color, i.e. harmony, to chords, okay? So it's very exciting. So I hope to hear from you. Hope this was inspirational and gave you some idea of how I teach. Have a great day.